Join your hands, all of you. Stand straight.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, but I did know that in which page number there is our
Ma'am,
father.
may I say?
You have not learnt up the Our Father. You're supposed to learn it up, child.
Okay,
Ma'am, may
ma'am.
I say
All
the
right,
alphabet?
all right. Just a second, just a second. Aradhya, Aradhya,
Yes, ma'am.
you say it today.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, 1 second.
Come on, join your hands, all of you.
Our
Aradhya, join
Father
your
in
hand.
heaven,
Our Father in heaven,
Our
holy be your
Father in
name.
heaven,
holy be your
holy be your
name.
name.
Holy be your name.
Holy be your name. Your kingdom come.
Your
Your
kingdom
Your
kingdom,
come.
kingdom come. Your will be done.
Your will be
Your
your
will
done
be done on earth
on earth
on earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in
as it
heaven.
is.
Give us today
Give us
Give us
today
Give us today
our daily bread
our daily bread
our daily bread,
daily bread and forgive us our sins.
and forgive us our
and
sins
Forgive us our sins. Do not bring us
as we forgive
do
those
not bring us forgive those
who sin against us.
who sins against us.
who
Do
sin against
not
us.
bring us.
Do not bring
Do not
us.
bring us.
Do not bring us
Do
Do not
not
bring
bring us
us
to the test,
to the test,
but deliver us.
but deliver
but
us
Deliver us.
but deliver
But
us
deliver us from evil.
from
From
evil.
from
evil.
from
Amen.
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 Amen. Amen.
All right, Vaishnavi.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning to all. Thought for the day. So, thought of today is confidence and hard work is the best medicine to kill the disease called failure. It will make you a successful person. This beautiful thought is spoken by APJ Abdul Kalam. I am inspired by him. The most thank you.
All right. Now, Vaishnavi, when you say the thought, you have to just begin with good morning to all, thought for the day. And then you have to say the thought slowly so that everybody hears what you are saying. If you're going to say it so fast, child, nobody will be able to understand what you said. Now, listen how I am going to say it. All of you remember, you have to say a thought in the same way. Good morning to all. Thought for the day. Confidence and hard work is the best medicine to kill the disease called failure. It will make you a successful person. If you want to add that who has given this thought, you can add it. This beautiful thought was spoken by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. You don't say this thought was spoken by APJ Abdul Kalam. He was not your friend, child. You have to give respect to elders. Okay, so you will say this thought was spoken by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, right? And it's a beautiful thought, children. It says confidence and hard work is the best medicine to kill the disease called failure. That is, in case if you do not succeed in anything, supposing you fail in any task that you are doing, Asim, mute yourself, child. Any task that you are doing and you fail in that, you do not get success in that, then you don't need to get worried. You need to work hard and overcome that failure. Like I always tell you, hard work, firm determination, all these things will always give you success. Work hard, do your best, do not get disheartened when failures come in life. Not only now, later on also in your life, if you are faced with failures, because failures are the stepping stones to success.
मैं
Failures,
failure
failures are the stepping stones to success, children. जब आप किसी चीज़ में फेल हो जाते हैं, किसी काम में आप सक्सेस नहीं पाते हैं, तो आपको हताश होके बैठ नहीं जाना है, आपको
मैंने
दोबारा
सोच
उठना है। फिर से मेहनत करनी है. You have to work hard. Only then you will succeed. Right? So on that note, a very good morning to all of you.
Morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, children.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Now you may be
Good
seated.
morning.
Good morning. You may be seated now. Thank you. Take your
Good
literature
morning,
books
ma'am.
out. Good morning. Take your literature books out. We are going to
Yes.
do the revision of the last lesson, the Emperor's Clothes.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
I was just
The
reading this
Emperor's
chapter
new
and
clothes. Now, the Emperor's new clothes. See, we will continue this
ma'am,
lesson.
please can I read the
Reading
Pragya,
this
just
chapter.
wait. Pragya, let me speak first, child. Today, we'll continue this in the fourth period also. We have science in the fourth period. We'll continue the same revision in the fourth period also. Next period is social studies. Okay. This period and the science period we'll be taking for this lesson today. Now, I'm going to call out certain names. All of you have your books in front of you?
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I'm going to call out some names, right? I'm going to give you the characters. You are going to just read the part of that particular character. All right?
Okay, ma'am.
All of you got it? Understood what I mean?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
yes,
All right.
ma'am.
To open your books to page number 103, everyone.
Ma'am, I have opened.
Ma'am, I have opened.
And keep your cameras on so that I can see you. Now we are going to read this as a play. Make sure your cameras are on so that I can see all the characters.
Ma'am, my camera
Aradhya,
is on.
just a second, Aradhya. Now, the narrator's part, Pragya, you will read the narrator's part.
Okay, ma'am.
The viewer's part, Syed Ihan Ali.
Okay, ma'am.
Switch on your camera, child.
Yes, ma'am.
The Emperor,
Ma'am, page number.
page number 103. The Emperor's part, Syed Muhammad
Ma'am,
Raza.
ma'am, can I?
Syed Mohammad
Okay,
Raza,
ma'am.
you will read.
Okay.
Okay, we are on page number 103. I will keep changing the characters. I will keep changing the characters as we move to the next page. And nobody is going to say, ma'am, may I, may I.
Ma'am, that's a bad characters.
Nobody is going to say, ma'am, may I, ma'am, may I. Okay, now first page we begin. Right? The narrator begins.
Okay, ma'am. Many years ago, there lived an emperor who cared so much for fine clothes that he spent all his money on them. He had a new coat for every hour of the day. He spent his time riding through the streets so that everybody could see his beautiful clothes. One day, there came to the city two roaches
Two
who set
roads.
themselves
Pragya?
two roads who set
Roads.
themselves up as weavers. Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am. We know how to weave the most wonderful clothes in the world. The
Cloth
pattern
paper
and
work.
the colors are marvelous, beautiful.
Narrator, come on, you have to pay attention. Look into the book.
Yes, ma'am. But they said that the cloth could not be seen
Cloth,
by
cloth.
anyone
The cloth.
who was too.
Pragya, CLOTH is pronounced as cloth.
Okay, ma'am. But they said that the cloth could not be seen by anyone who was stupid or unfit for the emperor's office.
I must have some clothes made from this cloth. When I wear them, I shall find out which men in my empire are not fit for their places. I shall know the clever men from the dunces. Those weavers must be brought to me at once.
Raza, what is that? There was some disturbance at the end. Okay, next page, page number 104. Now 104 narrator, Aradhya. Aradhya narrator.
Yes, ma'am.
Weaver,
Okay, ma'am.
Lawrence. Weaver's part, Lawrence. Emperor Yusuf, Emperor
Okay,
Yusuf,
ma'am.
Minister
Okay,
Asim,
ma'am.
Minister Asim.
Okay, ma'am.
All right, begin.
So the weavers were brought to the emperor. Yes, Your Majesty, what can we do for you? Here, take this sum of money, but you must work without delay.
Now listen, the characters read your part with expressions. Now the emperor should be reading with expressions. I here take this sum of money, but you must work without delay. And the weavers, yes, your majesty, what can we do for you? Read with expressions, okay? Come on, narrator, continue.
Okay, ma'am. The roads,
Rogues,
the roads, the
rogues,
rogues, the rogues imprinted up to
immediately,
immediately, immediately up, put up to great looms and pretended to
pretended
be working, pretended to be great working.
to be working.
They called to be working. They called for the finest
Finest,
silk,
finest silk.
finest, finest silk, and the brightest gold. But
But
these
these
they put, these they put their pockets. They worked
into their
easily
pockets, they worked
into their
steadily,
they work steadily at
steadily,
the empty looms, steadily at the empty looms until far into the
far
night.
until far into the night. That is till
Okay,
late
ma'am.
in the night they were working. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
continue.
Emperor, I can hear the rattling of the looms. I must see my wonderful clothes.
He decided to send someone to find how the weavers were getting on, but he remembered that no one was stupid or was unfit for his office could see the
Cloth, cloth.
cloth. Okay,
Okay.
ma'am.
I will send my faithful old minister to the weavers. He is very clever man, and no one is worthier of his office than him.
So the good old minister went into the room where the two
Ro-
Georges sat.
rogues, rogues.
Rhodes, Rhodes sat working at the empty looms. He started
He stared.
and
He stared and stared.
he
That is, he kept looking at.
He's okay, ma'am. He stayed and opened his eyes wide. I can't see a thing. But he said nothing at all. Get closer. Is not this a beautiful pattern? And the colors, aren't they
Aren't they
wonderful?
wonderful? Aren't they wonderful?
Aren't they wonderful? And they pointed to the empty looms. The poor old minister, but
Put
put
on his
on his put
spectacles.
on his spectacles and bent over the looms, but he couldn't see
He could see
nothing.
nothing.
He couldn't see
He
nothing.
could see
For
nothing.
there, he
Aradhya?
could see nothing. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, pay attention to what's written there, child.
Okay, ma'am. But he could see nothing, for there was nothing to see.
All right, now next page. Minister Mubashir.
Okay, ma'am.
Weaver,
Is it,
Arman, Weaver,
it
Arman.
okay, ma'am?
Switch on your camera, Arman.
Ma'am, sir.
Wait. Narrator, Sanvi Verma.
Yes, ma'am.
Emperor's friend, Divyansh Chauhan. Got it, all of you? All the characters ready? Arman,
Yes,
there is
ma'am.
no light in the room, child.
Okay, ma'am.
Switch on the light. Your room is quite dark. Yes. अंधेरे में नहीं बैठते हैं बेटे. Come on. Ready, all the characters?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Minister.
Is it possible that I am unfit for my office? Certainly, no one
Certainly
must.
no one.
Certainly, no one must know it. I will never say that I cannot see the stuff.
Well, sir, what do you think of it?
Oh, it is beautiful. The colors are great and the pattern is very fine. I shall tell the emperor that I am much pleased with your work.
We are glad indeed to hear you say so.
Narrator.
Yes, ma'am. They went on talking about the cloth,
Cloth.
taking the colors, and described the
Peculiar. Peculiar.
peculiar pattern. The old minister listened carefully, for he wished to repeat to the emperor all that was said.
We need more silk and more good thread to use in our work.
But all that was given to them they put into their pockets. Not a single strand of silk was ever put on the loom. The emperor sent another faithful friend to see the cloth and inquire how soon the clothes would be ready. But this man fared no better than the minister. He stood before the empty looms and looked and looked and looked, but he saw no cloth.
Isn't this beautiful stuff? The
Loudly.
colors are. Isn't this
Dear,
beautiful
dear,
stuff? The
sorry.
colors are gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Arman.
Ma'am,
Gorgeous.
dear, sorry. I am not stupid. It must be then I am unfit for my office. That is very strange, but I must not let it be known.
Then he said,
Ah, the design is most unusual and the color is marvelous. I shall tell the emperor what fine progress you are making.
soon everyone in the city was talking about the wonderful cloth that the two weavers were making.
Weavers.
The emperor thought that he would like to see the beautiful cloth while it was still upon the looms. With a number of his courtiers, he went to visit the two rogues who were weaving rapidly day after day without any thread. Among the courtiers were the two men who had already been there. They thought that the other could see something upon the empty looms, so they began to cry out at once.
All right, turn the page. All right. Now, minister and emperor's friend. Two people are going to say the dialogues together. So, this will be Tejas,
Yes, ma'am.
Arav Mishra.
Yes, ma'am.
Switch on your camera. Saksham,
Yes, ma'am.
you will read the emperor's part. Keep your cameras on, only then you will get a chance to read. Keep your cameras on. Athar Gupta, Athar Gupta, Athar Gupta.
Yes, ma'am.
Switch on your camera, child. What's happened? Saksham has left the meeting. अथर गुप्ता, बेटे जब आप क्लास ज्वाइन करते हैं कैमरा ऑन होना है, माइक ऑफ होना है. कल सेकेंड हाफ में क्लास में किसने ज्वाइन करा था? हम आपका नेम कॉल आउट कर रहे थे लेकिन कोई रिस्पॉन्स नहीं आया. जब क्लास ज्वाइन करते हैं वहीं पर रहना है क्लास में. ओके, नाउ you will read the courtiers part. Have you got your book open in front of you? अथर गुप्ता, हैव यू गॉट योर बुक ओपन इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू? मैम आपसे बात कर रही हैं बेटे. आप रूम में किससे बात कर रहे हैं? अथर गुप्ता,
Yes, ma'am.
मैम इज टॉकिंग टू यू. यू आर टॉकिंग टू समबडी एल्स इन द रूम.
मैम ये पढ़ कम रहा है, गेम ज्यादा खेल रहा है.
पेरेंट्स प्लीज वहां से हट जाइए, बच्चे को अकेले बैठ के कॉन्सेंट्रेट करने दीजिए. अदरवाइज वो पूरा टाइम आपकी तरफ देखते रहेंगे, क्लास में कॉन्सेंट्रेट नहीं करेंगे. Athar, show me your book, child. What page have you opened to?
104.
104. Now we are on page number 106. This is why I tell you, इसीलिए हम आप लोग से कहते हैं अपना कैमरा ऑन रखिए, माइक ऑफ रखिए, जिससे हम आपको देख सकते हैं आप क्या कर रहे हैं. अगर आप कैमरा ऑफ करके बेटे इधर उधर घूमते रहेंगे तो मैम को कैसे पता चलेगा आप क्या कर रहे हैं? इस तरह से तो आपका ही नुकसान होगा ना. नाउ यू विल रीड द पार्ट ऑफ द courtiers. कैन यू सी द पार्ट्स गिवन देयर? अथर, कैन यू सी द courtiers part given there?
Yes.
Okay, you will read those dialogues. Now the narrator, Sanvi Yadav. Switch on your camera, child. Sanvi Yadav. Sanvi Yadav. Sanvi Yadav.
Ma'am, can I read the narrator's part?
Child, you have already got a
Ma'am,
chance.
may I read?
You have already got a chance. Then you do not need to.
Read.
Ma'am, can I read?
Shrishti, switch on. You will read the narrator's part.
Okay, ma'am.
Come
Thank
on,
you,
ready?
ma'am.
All the characters ready? Ministers ready? Minister and Emperor's friends? Ready? Come on, begin. Tejas and Arav, unmute.
Ma'am, what is my part?
Minister and Emperor's friend. Minister and Emperor's friend. The top line, the top dialogues. Both of you will
Okay,
read
ma'am.
it together. Arav,
Yes, ma'am.
you and Tejas will read that dialogue together. Come on.
Minister
Your
and
Majesty,
Empress.
do you
Look,
see beautiful
Ministry,
design
do you
and the
see
color
the
is
beautiful
charges.
design and the color isn't
Gorgeous.
gorgeous?
Okay. Emperor. Emperor Saksham.
Saksham is left.
No, he is very much.
Ma'am,
late.
Saksham is left. Is left.
Mohammad Usman, switch on your camera. Mohammad Usman, have you got your book ready with you? Treetop book, page number 106.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, page number?
106. 106. Yes, Usman, read the part of the emperor quickly. All right, Yusuf, you read the part of the emperor.
Yes, ma'am.
Usman is taking
What is
very
this?
long.
What is this? I see nothing at all. Am I not fit to be the emperor? If that were known, I should be deposed. Deposed.
Deposed.
Deposed.
Narrator, Srishti,
Then he said,
Yes, yes, it is very pretty. I could not be better pleased.
pleased.
Pleased. Pleased.
he smiled and
Nodded.
nodded, nodded his head and started at
Stared.
the empty
Stared. Srishti, that word is
state,
stared.
state at the empty looms. His
Courtiers.
courtiers too looked and looked, but saw no more than the others. Yet they all
Cried.
cried,
Cried.
cried.
Yes. Come on, Athar Gupta. Your part, child, read. It is splendid.
It is splendid.
All right. Now keep your
They
camera
asked
on.
the emperor to wear suit made from the
Athar,
cloth.
Athar,
Yes, ma'am.
you had to read only courtiers part. आपको सिर्फ courtiers का पार्ट पढ़ना था. अब आप ध्यान से सुनिए, जब आपका पार्ट आएगा आपको पढ़ना है.
Okay, ma'am.
Come on, Shrishti, continue.
Asked the emperor to wear a suit made from his cloth in a great
Procession.
protection
Procession.
procession that was soon to take place. The emperor gave each of the
Rogues.
rogues a royal badge to wear, and can
Call
called,
them
called them the
imperial
imperial
court
crowd
weavers.
weavers.
Okay. Come on, the weavers part quickly. Weavers part. Who was reading the weavers part? Saksham? Saksham? Saksham, switch on your camera. Come on, read the weavers part, child. Page number 106.
Ma'am, can I read?
Just a second, Aradhya. Saksham, अपना कैमरा ठीक करिए, मुझे आपको देखना है बेटे. He's left the meeting. Okay, Hashir, are you there? Hashir, are you there? Hashir,
Ma'am, can I?
just a second, child.
Ma'am, can I read?
Ma'am, may I read?
Yes, Mubashir, read weavers part.
Okay, ma'am. The day of the procession is getting nearer. We have to work with
Might and main.
Might and mean.
Come on. Mubashir?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, read the weavers part.
Might and may. We have to stay up the whole night before.
Okay, Shrishti, continue.
Narrator. Through the shining windows, the people could see them hard at work. They took yards for, of
Nothing.
nothing down from the empty looms. They made cuts in the air with big scissors. They
Sewed. They sewed
sweat
strong stitches. That is, they were
strong
stitching.
stitches without any thread, and at last they said, "The clothes are ready."
Emperor.
This is
The
wonderful. This is wonderful. Let me put on my new suit.
the rogues
Rogues.
lifted their uh, arms as if folding something. See, here is the coat. Here is the cap.
Cape.
Here is cape. Here are the treasures.
Trousers. Trousers.
The cloth is as light as a spider's web. You may move as freely as if you had nothing on. This is that is the beauty of it.
Come on, Athar, your part. Athar.
Mother left.
Alright, Asim, read that part.
Yes, ma'am.
The courtier's part.
Yes, ma'am. How will
The
he?
courtier's last line on that page, Asim.
Yes, ma'am.
Page 106, the last line.
106. Yes, ma'am. It is marvelous.
It is marvelous.
Marvelous. It is marvelous.
Okay, now listen. Listen carefully to me. This is your social studies period now. Yes? So we are just taking a break. We'll continue with this in the next period. That is in your science period. Or do you want to continue just